Good morning, everybody. This is number 4 of the family of 10 who had to get off the cruise ship. Well, and I've done some research, so I'm going to take back what I said before. I guess if I was treated this way and discriminated this way and want to know why and was talked down to and wasn't getting any answers, but they're not the only ones, evidently, on this cruise ship. There was a blog about it. Those things on Facebook. So that's where you might find some answers as well. So here's the last and final video, unless there's more updates. Here we go.
So as far as exiting the boat goes and exiting with children, I will say Norwegian has some very good policies in place because Jonathan outlined those policies for us. However, that's not what happened. Right?
That's not how it was executed at all.
It was not executed at all. He said that as each kid would leave, their key would be scanned and their picture would pop up and the parents' picture would pop up, and then verifying that those kids belonged to us. We were standing there and watching it, and the kid's picture popped up, and that was it.
Oh, he laid out these policies, and when we're trying to tell him that is not what happened, that is not how our children disembarked. Is that what it's called? Disembarked from the ship. That's not how it played out. He essentially didn't call us a liar, but essentially was calling us a liar, saying that did not happen. And he's like, this is our policy. We would never let kids off like that. Well, it absolutely happened. So he tried to come up with an explanation to explain what we were seeing and what we experienced. And first he went with what my husband said. Okay, well, the parent's picture pops up. No, it doesn't. We're standing right there. All of our kids are getting off. We're looking at the screen. When they tap their key card, we see our kid's picture. That's it.
Yeah.
So no. And when we said that's not how it worked, that's not what happened. So then he came up with another explanation as to what happened. Yeah, some tap dancing around. He said, well, You must have submitted a parental release, whatever. No, I did not. I did not submit any documents on these children. So then he's like, well, the rep that checked them in had to have known you were the parents. Well, no, because I didn't check those children in. Nana, who is African American, checked in 2 white children that have different last names than hers by herself, not with me. I did not check those children in. And so he was like, well, then they had to have looked at their birth certificates, saw y'all's last name, saw Nana's last name was different, and then they searched the entire ship's last name database to find that the parents were actually on board the ship. So he gets to all these different things, and I'm like, okay, so none of that stuff happened. Yeah. But even if it did, right? Even if your policy that you all followed, which you did not, and you keep calling us a liar, and you keep tap dancing around this issue, trying to make up for your deficiencies, even if you did follow this policy, why was Nana being interrogated on the ship, asking where, like frantic crew members, where are these children? Where are these children? Why are they off the ship? Why did you let them off the ship? Where are they? Why would that happen if they were following policies and procedures? It wouldn't happen. And so he could not come up with an explanation as to how they let 2 children off of a ship without knowing that we were the parents, no documentation to prove that we were the parents. They were assigned to Nana only, has a different last name, and why then they go in to interrogate Nana asking where these children are as if they don't know where they are. Yeah. I would expect a cruise line as big as Norwegian to know where the children are on their cruise ship when they're getting off the cruise ship.
And I find it funny that the birth certificates that they say would verify that these kids belong to Nana weren't good enough to verify that they belong to me. And we got the same last name. Yeah.
All of it was, pardon my language, a shit show. And then lastly, I said, okay, so you're not giving us a refund. Now it's just, you're all about these policies and making your guests, what did they say? Making every effort.
Making every effort to keep the guests on the ship.
And I asked, is lying to your guest's face, your passenger's face, intentionally knowing that you can't remedy the situation to appease them to stay on the ship, is that part of you all's policies and procedures? Is that how you treat your passengers? And he said, I can't speak on that. Of course you can't speak on that.
So all of that to say, I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole, and you shouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole.